Hi guys! Since you love what I eat in a days, I thought why not show you a full week. So we're starting this video on Monday morning. I decided to have an oatmeal, so I'm adding a date for some sweetness, half a cup of oats, a tablespoon of chia seeds and pumpkin seeds, water to cover and give that a nice stir. Either you can use boiling water to just let it soak for a few minutes or just heat it in the microwave like I'm doing. Meanwhile, I'm choosing my toppings. So I went for a juicy pineapple. I just love pineapples. Then I'm always adding some more plant milk and just combine the oatmeal into a more creamy oatmeal, the way I like it. And it's lunchtime. I was craving some veggies, so I'm gonna do a tahini Buddha bowl. And first we're gonna prepare the brown rice. And as most of these recipes, this is in my recipe app. I will leave a link down below so you can check it out. First we're gonna make the marinade, which is 2 tablespoons of tamari and 2 teaspoons of maple or agave syrup. Give that a nice stir until it's combined. And now we're gonna prepare the tofu. So just cut it up in cubes. I just cut it in like bite-sized cubes, you do whatever. Add it to the marinade and put a lid on, give it a nice shake and just let it marinate for about 3 to 5 minutes while you prepare the tahini dressing, which is 4 tablespoons of tahini, garlic powder, 1 tablespoon rice vinegar, half a tablespoon maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of tamari, and give that a nice stir until it's combined. Then you add splashes of water until you reach a consistency that you like. I like mine pretty runny. Add the tofu cubes onto an oven tray lined with parchment paper. Bake them in the oven on 190 Celsius degrees for about 25 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare the veggies. So I'm using a cucumber, a tomato, red cabbage, some coriander and carrots. And there we have a nice rainbow. This is so satisfying knowing that I'm gonna eat all of this. Anyway, so now the tofu is done and we're gonna assemble the bowl. I also added avocado and lastly the dressing and some sesame seeds. And yeah, this one is amazing. Don't skip the dressing. The dressing is always everything on a bowl. Time for snack. I'm gonna make a green smoothie, so I'm using a small head of romaine lettuce and 2 sticks of celery, some cucumber and 2 bananas. I love orange juices in smoothies. Just give that a blend. I'm using a Vitamix. I've linked it down below. You always ask me what blender I use. There we have a nice green smoothie. Cheers to that. For dinner, I'm making a warm rainbow salad. I'm chopping up a sweet potato together with butternut squash, carrots, bell pepper and red onion, sprinkled with salt and pepper, then in the oven on 200 Celsius degrees for about 40 minutes. I'm serving it with some quinoa, then I'm adding the veggies and also some mint and arugula, and then the beautiful dressing. I'm also adding some hemp seeds, by the way, and yeah, there we have a nice rainbow plate. It tastes as good as it looks, I promise. On Tuesday, I was craving some fruit, so I'm making a pink pitaya smoothie bowl. Yeah, this is a pink pitaya, also called pink dragon fruits. And then I'm adding 3 frozen bananas into a blender. You can also do this in a food processor, by the way, if you want to make these thick smoothie bowls. It's actually easier in a food processor than in a blender if you don't have a tamper. Anyways, just look at this consistency. I just love ice cream. Yeah, adding this to a bowl and also added some peanut butter and hemp seeds. Lunch today is yesterday's leftovers, but I also added some baked tempeh because we had it in the fridge. Who loves mangoes? I love mangoes and I think that's my actually favorite snack of them all. And I love cutting them up like this in cubes and just like spread it out like this. Boom. It looks so juicy and tastes amazing. Okay, dinner. I'm gonna make roasted pumpkin pasta. This is 500 grams of pumpkin, which I sprinkle with some water before I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried rosemary and thyme, and then I'm cutting a garlic head and an onion in half and placing them on the parchment paper with the cutting surface facing down. Bake this on 220 Celsius degrees for about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we're preparing the pasta. So I'm using about 300 grams of whole wheat pasta. When the veggies are done, by the way, this looks amazing, you're adding them into a high-speed blender. Remove the peel from the onion and also scoop out the garlic cloves. Add a splash of lemon juice, a 1/2 cup of coconut milk and veggie broth. Then we just blend up until we have a smooth, creamy pasta sauce. I just love this recipe. You have to try it if you haven't tried roasted pumpkin pasta. This is the recipe to try. On Wednesday morning, I'm doing my quick and lazy oatmeal again. So this is the same recipe as on Monday morning. Nothing strange here. I'm even adding the same toppings as I did back then. So I'm adding a pineapple. Then add the toppings. Maybe you've noticed by now that I like using hemp seeds as a topping. Lunch is a tropical bowl, which is lettuce, tomatoes, quinoa, a mango salsa, some tofu, and this full recipe is in my latest Balanced Bowls videos. If you haven't checked that out, you can go and check it out to get the full recipe. I really love this bowl because the flavors in this one is just so perfectly well combined. This afternoon I felt like baking, so I made some banana bread. I actually have a video on exactly this recipe, so go and check that out. It is delicious, by the way. So I had like 2 slices, and this banana bread is gluten-free, it's oil-free, and it's very easy to make. For dinner, I'm gonna make a baked Mediterranean rice. So I'm actually trying this recipe for the app, so hopefully it turns out good and I can add it to the app. I always start with preparing all of the veggies, so I chop everything up that is gonna be chopped. And yeah, when I test recipes, I'm writing down and making changes as I go. You can never have too much spices. The spices are thyme, paprika and oregano, tomato puree. I am realizing how often I have oatmeal. Anyways, today I'm making soaked caramel oats before workout, so this is gonna soak. I'm adding 1/2 cup of oat, 1/2 tablespoon of chia seeds, teaspoon of maca powder, vanilla extract, pinch of salt, and also 2 tablespoons of coconut yogurt. This is so typical me. I can never wear white. That is like mission impossible. Anyways, I'm adding 3/4 cup of plant milk and just stir it to combine and leave it in the fridge for about 2 hours. I'm also making a caramel sauce ahead. The recipe calls for cashew butter, but I used 1 tablespoon of tahini today with 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, pinch of salt, and also water to thin, and just let it sit in the fridge until you're gonna serve the oatmeal. 2 hours later, I'm gonna have my oatmeal. So now this has this beautiful creamy consistency, and I'm adding 1/2 a banana and also the caramel sauce and also a spoon, apparently, a splash of cinnamon, almonds, and wow, you guys, this is amazing, and it tastes like Christmas. So yeah, it's in my app, by the way. I'm always grateful for leftovers. That makes the whole day so much easier. So leftovers for lunch. For snack, I opened this beautiful white dragon fruit. It's actually from a local dragon fruit farm. I made a video from this, so if you want to watch it, go and check it out. I'm making a sweet potato bowl for dinner, which is steamed kale, roasted red onion, and sweet potato, chickpeas, and the best ever dressing. This recipe is also in the video Balanced Bowls, and go and check it out if you want the recipe. The recipe is also in the app. This Friday morning I was craving some fruit, so a packet of frozen pitayas, protein powder, 3 frozen bananas, splash of plant milk, just blend it up into, yeah, it looks like ice cream. It's a healthy banana ice cream added into a tropical bowl. This is the best part, by the way, just smashing it out like that. Adding some healthy fats, and yeah, there we have it. Ice cream for breakfast, who can say no to that? Just love it. Lunch is a cheesy burrito bowl, so lettuce, brown rice, cucumber, bell pepper, tomato salsa, sauteed black beans and corns, and a delicious cashew sauce, and also some chili flakes. This recipe is also in my Balanced Bowls video. If you want a recipe, this is without doubt one of my all-time favorite bowls, and it is perfectly balanced and the flavor combination is just perfect. This evening we were super busy, so I made a super quick pasta. I tried a new pasta that I found, completely out of just chickpeas, pretty cool. Then on dry sauteing some leftover mushrooms, just cook them on medium heat and they will release water. Into the drained pasta I added some tomato sauce and lots of spices like basil, oregano, garlic, salt, pepper, and also added some arugula because greens. And arugula is my favorite combination to like any pasta. This meal honestly took me like 10 minutes and it actually came out pretty good. As always, I hope you got some inspiration from this video. Yeah, I see you in the next one.